So a lot has been done to this car since the last video. As you can see, if I can get the camera to swap over, that it now has a Mariah Mode 1 body kit. Right now I'm working on the rears, getting them cut in. I got this side all chopped up, cut out, ready for the kit, and seam sealed. Working on this side. I got it all cut, a little bit of weld through primer. I got to get that welded in, seam sealed as well. But yeah, there's the wing that came with the kit. And while doing some stuff, I noticed when I got the car it had some pitting in the hood and whatnot, and rock chips from when it was a race car. And unfortunately, over the last couple years, it has turned into some pinholes. So I'm going to have to get those fixed up too. And I will pop the hood. Since the last video, this engine has had to be rebuilt, unfortunately, at full throttle, under boost, which, I mean, it wasn't much, about 8 pounds. But it blew an oil cooler line. And well, at 100 and some psi oil pressure, it doesn't last very long. So unfortunately it cooked the plates and a couple bearings, and now I have some cut down 13B housings, full fresh rebuild, switched over from the Microtech that was in it over to a Adaptronic. I think it's a 1200, I don't remember, Don would know for sure. But it's all wired up. It is now running again. But now I'm on to working on the bodywork and getting it ready for next year. Might get it into paint over the winter. Unsure yet. All depends on funds. But yeah, so it is actually now, I think those are 3-inch spacers. So it's actually 6 inches wider than stock, which I love the fitment on this. Well, you can't really tell with the back's off, but it sits really well with the wide body kit. Can't wait to get it on the road. But yeah, I'll leave this camera with Don, and if he wants to post it, he can. If not, no big deal. If he does, then he can add to it. There's some pictures with the body kit all the way on, or we'll wait and post the pictures or make a new video later on. Well, I guess we'll get to it. little bit more done on this side. Got it all finished up on the driver's side, I guess. Let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I got the wheel back on. Welder's kind of in the way. But yeah, it's all tucked in there pretty nice. It's all cut in. Super tight fitment. Really happy about the fitment on this. Let's see, maybe I can get underneath it and get a view of it. Nah, I can't really see. It's super dark, but yeah, so it's all finished out. All welded in, all cut up the way it needs to be. The wide body rear fits perfectly. It should be alright. Had a little issue with the rear axle seal leaking. Had to fix that. Wasn't too hard. But now on to this side. Started welding it out. Don't mind the welds. I'm not a good welder. More of a grinder than a welder. But anyways, I am getting this side. I got it all cut. Now I'm starting to tack it in. I'll grind it all back, get it seam sealed, get this side all cut up and in where it needs to be. I will set it up on a time lapse and keep going. Well, I got it all welded in, got it ground down. I got to go back through and seam seal it. It's not the greatest, but it'll work. Like I said, I'm not the best welder in the world. I'm more of a grinder. But yeah, I still got to get underneath it and grind out all of the old seam sealer and rubberized undercoating, because it got hot and bubbled, so that's going to rust eventually. So I'll get all that cleaned out and get it all sprayed in. I'm gonna get it seam sealed. I'm just letting it cool off right now. And yeah, so I'll get back to it and catch you guys back up when I'm done. Well, it has been a couple days since I last worked on the FB, mostly because it has been in the negatives the last few days. And right now it's sitting at a nice brisk 22 degrees. But I did finish out the rear passenger quarter. Got that all seam sealed in and painted. It's got that truck bed coating all the way around. There's some little spots I'm going to have to fix later on down the road when I go to do body work, but it should be all right. There's a couple other things that I got to do. I'm going to wait on putting the rear body kit on the back and finalize that, only because it's gonna be way easier for me to do the other side axle seal. I might as well do them both. I just had to order it. It should have came in yesterday, but it was just too cold to do anything. So I've got to get that done on this side, and then I have to go get some new vacuum line for the wastegate. Right now it's touching on the wastegate downpipe, and I think I'm just going to put a 90 in there and run, I don't know, maybe some copper tubing or some brake tubing. It's only vacuum, going to the MAC valve, which I have to replace that MAC valve as well because, well, they sent me a defaulted one and it was backfeeding to the ECU and making the fuel pump surge. So I've got to swap that out. But other than them couple little things, I think I'm going to be done with it for the winter. Other than paint, if I can get the funds up to get that done. But we'll see. It's pretty cold here, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Might just wait till spring and then do everything then. It'll still run and drive. But yeah, so there's a couple things that has gone on since the last video as well. Like I now have a trigger wheel for the new ECU. A couple little accessories like the oil cap, stuff like that. Nothing major. I now have hard lines for the coolant. Got all those plumbed in. Don welded them up nice. Took the polisher across them so they're, you know, nice and shiny. But other than that, yeah. So I'm going to get back to doing a couple little things that I need to do. Get some measurements for vacuum line. And yeah, so we'll see what it looks like. And I don't know, I might put a video out or give this over to Don and let him put it out. And we'll catch back up on the next video.